Hi, my name's Wanda. I'm going to channel tonight for this lovely group of humans that have assembled here to represent mankind. So these are little microcosms of what's really happening in the world, and it's kind of sweet that we all come together like this. So this group, this is our 20th session, which is kind of amazing to happen over Zoom. And you'll see the energy come in, and then the energy will go out when I'm finished channeling. And I just like to say hello and press subscribe on YouTube if you haven't done that yet. And we're gonna have some people here play the singing bowls. So, and then I will go into trance. So I guess we'll start with the bowls and I'll step out. Go ahead. You are humans on the outside and love energy on the inside. And when there are groups of you that come together, you forego your human side and become one energetically. And this, because it is done in such a from a loving place, it's easy to begin to ignore the humanness of others. So as you connect together in this way, this is an example of how easily it is done for a group of humans to come together and love one another for the moment. And it begins this way, loving strangers for a moment, because you are recognizing that no matter what you look like on the outside or how you talk or where you come from or what you do, on the inside, you're one. So you come together as one, and the physical being starts to slip away. As more and more humans become aware of this and become comfortable with it, it becomes more available to those who have no access to it. And believe it or not, this is of vital importance for other humans to see what they're truly capable of. And this is seen by those who are able to connect together and have access to higher energy, coming together so they can watch you. So this is a show, it's a movie, it's a production. It's for others to watch. It's for others to sit around and watch, and they may do this in such an easy way where they are not truly vulnerable, so it's easy for them to do. It's easy for them to show up and watch because they are not exposing themselves, because they are invisible to you. So you are the ones that are most brave. You are stepping forward and saying, look, I'm just a human. I can allow love energy to connect me to other humans. Just watch. So truly, as you show up in this situation, this is what you're doing. You're allowing love energy to show through you. And this is your highest state of human evolution. The highest state for all humans is to move through the world in love and allow it to move through you. That's your highest state. So now as you sit and become visible for others, and they become witnesses to the event, they become more brave, and then they find a group, then they come together as one, and others watch them, and so on and so on and so on, till the world is covered by first watchers and then doers. First by watching, then by doing. You see, that's the way humans learn. You've learned that way from the beginning. You come in and you can't do a thing but watch. So you learn, I watch. I see where I belong. I see where I fit in. I see how this world works. So you continue it until you leave there. It's the rule of humans. Watch first, and then I am able to go forward and do it myself. because truly humans are a bit nervous. They're afraid to be vulnerable. They don't know really what's going to happen, so they prefer to hide out. It's not natural or average for humans to step out just as you are. So we wish to acknowledge that you're being brave and that others are watching you, but you cannot falter. This is not a human show where you learn something and you must say it in a precise way. It's not that at all. All you have to do is be yourself in connection to the universe of love. And really, universe of love loves all humans, no matter what you do. So really, you can show up any way you like. It's just perfect. So really, you're acting with no lines, no preconceived notions. You just show up and you be. You show up and be and allow others to see that it's possible for humans to just be, to be comfortable with whatever they are, whoever they are, wherever they find themselves. They must watch others first, because others have told them, you're not a good human, or you've done something wrong, or something like this. So they understand that they're not acceptable to humans. Therefore, they assume they're not acceptable to the universe of love. But we wish to ensure you that you may turn that right upside down. For you are absolutely accepted by the universe of love. Therefore, you're acceptable to one another, but it takes a while for you to get there, because it's easier for humans to judge behavior than to look at themselves and be one with the love energy. So that is what we wish to acknowledge with the group that is gathered here. So as we begin this energetic exchange, it's important for you to understand that there is nothing coming forth until it is asked by you, until you are triggering what the conversation will be, what way it will go, what will be brought forth. So as we move forward, may we ask whoever wishes to bring forward a yearning, something pressing on their heart, and bring that forward for the others to hear.
Good evening, Aaron. Maybe I'll start if nobody's got anything more pressing. I just thought I would say, express my gratitude, I guess, that I've found many magical moments have occurred in the last few days where I'll be thinking about somebody and then all of a sudden they'll send me a text or phone me or whatever. And it just seems very serendipitous, but just starting to make those connections of energetically connecting with somebody first before they're reaching out to me to speak to me. So very happy with that.
This has occurred with you because you have allowed it. You have said, all right, I will start to notice magic. Now, it's not that magic has not happened. It has happened for your time there. But many times it's easier not to notice, because if you notice magic, anything could happen in your life. You see, it gets a little bit off kilter. It's no longer in your control. Magic is very far outside of you. It comes to your door and says, hello, I'm magical. So it's not you going to the door and finding it. It's the opposite, you see? So there must be a certain allowing of and letting go of human life for sure, but an allowing of the energy to come in. Now, this noticing, it's important for you to understand that this is you allowing your larger self to come forth. It's you saying, all right, enough of this business. I've searched here and there, and I've read about this, and I've watched that and listened to them. Now I'm going to put it into action. I'm going to take this in myself. For there's one thing to reach out and gather information. There's a lot of reading and movies and such to go to for spiritual universal information, but it's different to live it. It's one thing to seek it out. For as you seek it out, you never find it. That's the thing with seeking. You can seek all the days of your life and move on, and you still haven't found it, because when you find one thing, you seek for more, you seek for more, you seek for more. So it's unending. When you stop seeking, you sit in yourself, because there's nothing left but you. And whatever it is you choose to allow in, or to believe, to allow into your belief system. So your belief system has been opened up so wide that you have a lot of space for magic and connection to the universe. So when you have stopped seeking, we're not sure if you've noticed this, but when the seeking is occurring, the magic doesn't appear. When you allow life to unfold, there are many magical moments. So did you make the connection that it has to do with letting go and surrendering to a bigger notion, or even the idea that magic will happen to even you? Do you understand there's a difference between seeking and allowing?
Yes, I think I follow your point. I guess for me, I'm always looking for tangible things as proof to myself that I'm progressing or doing what I'm trying to achieve. So
Yes.
with this and your counseling, I just thought, okay, if it happens, it happens. It's meant to be. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So there's a certain amount of letting go in that sense of not trying to
Yes.
to engineer something, but also in the observation and recognizing of things where in the past I might have just dismissed that as just pure coincidence and never given it another thought. But here I'm going, oh, well, that actually happened. So,
Yes.
and then giving some appreciation and some energy to it to kind of try to assist it.
So you are transforming. So you have stepped forth as an example of a human who had an always black and white ideas of the way things were. This is that, and that's all. And that is that, and that's all. But now you've stepped into this place of great unknowing. But with this place of unknowing and letting yourself be held or falling to earth, whatever way you want to visualize it, there's much letting go in it. But there's also trust that you will be held, that you will be caught, that you will be all right, that it's okay for you to let go of your notions and your brain work for magic. Magic is the opposite of your brain work. So you have allowed enough space in your very valuable brain for magic to occur. There must be space for magic to occur. So this is what you have done. You have let go. You have allowed yourself and hoped that someone will catch you or something will hold you. And then you floated, jumped right out of the airplane and floated to the earth, knowing that the earth would catch you. So this is no small matter. This is the largest matter for you. Trusting that you will be held and letting go of your ideas that you have spent much time devising and perfecting. So this is wonderful news for you.
Thank you. Feels like a good place to be.
Let's just do namaste together.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Hi, Erin. I have a question for you. It seems to be a time of sadness and chaos right now on the planet. There's a lot of graves of children found in Canada, and there's other stuff around the world. And I'm wondering if there's a way that our group can help raise love vibrations.
Ah, this is what you are doing. This is why you have shown up here. You have shown up in a love space, open and allowing. You are setting an example of how the world can move forward. Just one human being, just as we have just mentioned, hoping that everything will be fine, letting go of the notions that you have held dear. There are many humans who think they know about how things should be for others and how life would unfold. It would be better if it was this way. Now it's a time for letting go of all of these notions and just sitting in this space and see what magic occurs with healing. There's great magic with healing, for healing comes when you hope. So you let go, you hope that something will hold you. Sure enough, something does. And when it does, healing occurs. And it starts one by one by one by one. So when you say, what can we do? You mean, what can I do? Representing the universe of love. For you represent the universe of love, just as each human does. So you are one and you are everything. You are small and you are large. So when you step forth, you are bringing the universe of love with you. You're not showing up alone, although you look like you're alone. So first there must be surrendering of self. First there must be this, surrendering self for the good of the whole, the collective, the love collective. And that's what you're learning to do. You're learning to surrender yourself for the good of the collective. And that's the universe of love. That's your home. That's where you live before and after you're here. That's why you already know the answer to this question, because you yourself are the universe of love. And you know the universe of love heals all things. That's the nature of the universe of love. On the opposite side, you also know the nature of mankind is to cause chaos and destruction and question the belief system of every human that ever lived. You understand now that these two are trying to live together on the earth. And what you want to know really is, how does mankind, which we know we are this human, and the universe of love, which we are when we're not in physical, live together as one today on the earth? That's what you're asking. And this is the biggest question of all. How do they come together? They come together when you figure out how you become one and everything as together. As you yourself are single and a multitude. You see, it's a mind shift. And as we say it, it doesn't make logical sense that you are one and you are everything. But somewhere inside of you, you understand what this means. You understand that you move with the great force of all that is with you. Your family of love moves with you everywhere you go. You are never alone for a moment. So part of you understands this, and you say, well, how can I be alone and how can I be everyone? This does not make sense. The answer is inside of you. For when your physical being is deceptive. It appears as if you are one, for there are no others that look like you, talk like you, or act like you. So you think, I am the only one of me. But it turns out that's just the outside, because the inside of you is the same as you and you and you and you and you and you and all of you, including the monsters and the precious small ones. They're all the same, because you're all from the universe of love inside. Now, getting past the physicalness of who you are is the difficult part. It's the difficult part. To not judge, but to love is very difficult, because it's much easier to say you are wrong and I am right. But it's just as easy to say I am wrong and you are right. That's very complicated, and yet it's very important in what you're truly asking. You are asking how humans may reconcile judgment of other humans, good and bad, and how do they all come together as one to heal together? They come together when they act just like the universe of love. And when they come together, there's a certain knowing that you are me and I am you. that we cry together, we laugh together, we control together, we manipulate together. We are one. And when you are one, the healing occurs, for the judgment is lifted, and there's only love left. When there's only love left, you are truly moving as one. This was a very complicated answer to a very complicated question, but the answer within you, you are able to understand it. For you walk in love. You move yourself through the world in love. Do you understand this conversation?
Yes, I do.
So
Thank you.
It is not a simple task. And you must understand, this has been going on since the moment humans appeared on your earth. This is not the first day of destruction and chaos. It's the one of the further days. It has been happening every day, somewhere different. You don't know where, because you can't live everywhere at once. So it's happened every day that humans have existed on your earth. And that's why there's a part of you inside that knows how to handle it, because you have been both the predator and the victim. All of you have. Because you have lived as long as the earth has. So you have seen all sides of this coin, you would say. What do you think of that idea?
I think it's going to take some work and shift, but I'm excited about the answer. So thank you.
Do you understand that you are complete, that you have been the predator and the victim as well?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes. And that's where the understanding comes. The understanding comes when you understand you are complete, as are all of the other human beings as they look, as is the universe of love, which is your family. So it's always important to remember, no matter what human you're looking at, they're your family of love. No matter what they look like on the outside or how they talk or behave, they are part of you and you are part of them.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Let us do namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Hi, Erin.
Hmm.
I have a question, I guess, contemplating what was previously talked about the last, talking about walking in love and going forward, and then also the act of letting go and surrendering. And I guess what I'm trying to not grapple with, but look at it in a different, or in a perspective, put it to me, is when you're walking along, walking in love, and we're all one. However, there's so much judgment out there about you should be doing this, or you have enough of that. Why are you even doing that when it just feels right? And I guess it's just trying to grapple through that judgment, or how to continue forward, if that makes sense.
You are wondering how much you should please others, and how much you should care for yourself and do what is best and what is right for you within your heart. This is what you're asking. You're asking, how long must I please the other humans before I can please myself and do what I know for a fact is correct for me? For you're becoming more and more clear every moment what is exactly correct for you. The more you check inside, the more you understand it, and the less you are looking to others for their acceptance. You have been spent much of your life asking others, is that all right? Is that pretty good? What do you think? Am I all right? Am I okay? Can I stay on the earth? No, yes, no, yes. So you've spent much time doing that. So it's a pattern that's created. It's not completely eliminated, but you are letting go more and more and more of it. So you're starting to understand, do you know what? They were making that up. They did not know what was right for me, but I thought they did, so I trusted them, and I gave away my trust and my control over my life to someone else who didn't know the answers. And now look at me, here I am. They didn't know what they were doing, but I kept asking them, well, am I all right or not? Am I all right or not? They have no idea. But it's a human pattern where you ask others for confirmation that you're all right and that you can stick around the earth, and as if they are the boss of you. So that started as a very, very small one, because it seemed as if the big ones were bosses of you. Oh, could I have some food? Well, I'll have to behave properly or they won't give me anything to eat and I will perish. So I must be good and they'll give me something to eat. And it continued on until this moment. So you are just articulating these patterns. You're saying, oh, I didn't realize that I always ask other people what I should do. What if they were wrong? First of all, this must be considered by you. What if they didn't know, but I made them answer? Oh boy, that's one thing. Now, what if they were incorrect? All right, that's another thing. What if they were correct? That's still another thing. So now you're back at you. So what? So what if they didn't know? So much if I pressured them? So what about all of that? Where am I? What am I doing on the earth? Here I am, I'm standing here. Where's my connection? Where's my information? And this is truly where you are. Now you can get your own information. You don't have to ask anyone, and it doesn't matter what they think of you. For you, when you know, you know. You will not need to ask anyone for confirmation when you know something. When you know something in such a firm way, you don't ask anyone any longer for what they think of it. So what you are asking about is, how do I get into alignment where I'm so absolutely sure of myself, I don't have to ask others for confirmation? And this is the difficult part. This is the difficult part. For this part of your brain that says, well, you don't know everything, you know, you're not that smart. You see? So it's you. Now, when you bring it from the others back into you, now you can settle it down. Oh, that's my brain and ego. It says I'm not as good as others. Well, I wasn't saying that I was, but I want to have this connection with this new information. All right, how do you know that that's truth? Well, I don't know, but I think we should try it out. So now it's a conversation that's contained within you and your reality. So at least now you've cut others out of it. Not quite, we're moving forward through this quickly for you, but when you get down to just you and you, things are a little smoother once you notice. If you don't notice, you're having conversations and you're reacting to things without understanding, oh, those were from inside of me. They're in my brain. It's me, it's me, it's me. You think it's outside voices, but it's really you. So as you come closer to this loving relationship with your brain and ego and your spiritual self, they will begin to have a little more leeway. Give me a break. I'm trying to learn how to do this. All right, we'll give you a little bit of leeway, but you can't get hurt. All right, I'll try not to get hurt. So it's this constant juggling like this. All right, I'll give you a little bit like this, but it gets smaller and smaller until you become one with your brain and ego and you understand one another. All right, and now I'm going to sit quietly and see if I can hear an answer to this. And you'll have to be quiet because I can't hear when you're talking all of the time. So now you'll start noticing, I notice my brain is talking all of the time, even when I'm sitting quietly. And that's a noticing. That is a big noticing for humans to think, oh, right, my brain's thinking all of the time. I don't have a moment of quiet within myself. You see? So you bring it smaller, smaller, smaller until it's just you. What do you think of this?
I agree, because I find that it's like a dance a bit, just in terms of trying to come into alignment. And then finally, when it's bringing it that down, being confident in a choice that I've made, for instance, I guess it's getting clear why others feel that they still need to give opinions along the way.
Yes, because you have asked them before. So they're in the pattern too. So you must understand this comes back to you. If you say to someone what you think, they'll tell you something. It might not be the truth or they may not know. But if you don't ask them, they're not going to keep giving you information when you say, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. So there's a part of you that says, give it to me, I'll take it, I'll take it. So this is your part of it. So when you are ready and confident, or that's not the true word really, that's not the word that's the word you have used. But when you are feeling a sense of peace inside, a calmness within you, that's where truth resides. So there are no, oh, I should ask someone. When you sit in truth, you don't ever think, I think I'll ask someone, because they can't get inside of you to this place, but you know. So it's a quieting, a calming. of self. And that's the word. That's the appropriate word for you. When you are calm and knowing inside, a certain peace resides within you, and your functioning slows down. Your body responds to peace and ease, and it settles down. Then you know. Then you know. It's not, you don't have to convince your brain of anything, but your body knows what peace and ease feels like. What do you think of that?
I agree. Thank you.
Let us do namaste. Namaste.
Hi, Erin.
Greetings.
I know you have something wonderful to say tonight.
You are searching for peace, and it is just at your fingertips. It is just eluding you, just a little bit, just another moment of moving forward, and the peace you seek will be found. Don't give up before you reach the peace. It's just in front of you. Just in front of you. You have known that there is work for you to do. So you have been diligently showing up as a good student and showing up and doing your part in life and doing what is put in front of you to do and what you are prodded to do. So you have been doing a lot of doing. And now your peace is about to come because you are beginning to understand that soon you won't have to do so much. You can just be, because you're perfect enough the way you are. You're never going to be the most perfect human ever. There are none. But from the doing, you will come to understand you can't do enough to earn the love of the universe. You already have it. You're already perfect. And that's where the peace is, just in front of you. It's not because you've done the work, it's in spite of the work you've done. Your peace and ease will be when you sit and say, I'm pretty good, aren't I? I'm pretty good. I'm as good as I will be. And I think that's enough. I think I'm a good human. I think I'm a good enough human. I think I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be loved. This is where your peace sits. You may write it on your wall or your mirror. Of course you can. I deserve to be loved unconditionally. Don't forget the last word. It's very important for a doer such as you. It's important for you to understand you're loved just the way you are. You don't have to do another thing. You may soon rest in the arms of peace when you let it all go. When you let go of what you think you must do. You know you're pretty good as a human, don't you?
Yeah, I certainly try to be the best I can be, that's for sure.
Would you like to have some peace?
Definitely. Feels weird to think that that could happen, but yes, most definitely.
Yes. You don't even know right at this moment the meaning of the word, but you like the sound of it. And that's the beginning. The sound of it. That's the beginning of the allowing. Believe it or not, the more you let go, the more magic comes in. With the magic is the peace. Because you're trusting and hoping that you will be held and that you're enough. You're hoping you're good enough. You're hoping you're good enough to allow love energy to flow through you. And you are already good enough to allow love energy to flow through you. You're perfect enough as you are. Is that good for you?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Let's do namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Are there others who wish to speak?
I've got this advice before. I never seem to get it, but any advice on just letting go? I was going to ask about ego earlier, and it's all part of it. But
Well, this letting go is one of the least favorite activities of humans because you learn to hold on from your first breath. You hold on to whatever you can get your hands onto. Someone gives you something, you hold on to it because you don't know if you're getting it ever again. So you hang on to it and you hang on to it and you hang on to it. The humans, they come and they go, try to hold. Don't you go anywhere. All right. Oh, you have to go somewhere. Fine. I'm going to grab someone else then. You come here. I'll hold on to you. Now you have to go somewhere. Gee, all right. Is there any humans who I can hold on to and never let go? Oh, there's no humans to hold on to. And what about the candy I like? That's gone too. All right, that's gone. So really, there's nothing I can hold on to. And this is a very difficult place to come to. It causes great distress. But as you look back to your life, think of all the things you've held on to and have disappeared. Really, they've all disappeared because that's the nature of human. You try to hold on and then the darn thing disappears. So you try to hold on to the next one tighter and then it disappears. So you hold on tighter and tighter. And then there comes a time when you must look at your life and say, I lost everything. There's nothing in my hands now. They're empty. Now what? Now what am I? What am I if I'm not holding on to anything? This comes right around to the letting go and the hope. This is the same experience as jumping out of the airplane and hoping, knowing something will catch you. It's not easy for men to do this. It's the worst thing possible because when you jump out of the airplane, you might die. What happens if you die? Then you can't have any more things to hold on to. Now what? Now what? You see, this is a human philosophy. From the beginning to the end, from the beginning to the end. And the true letting go only happens in the last moment. When you come to understand, that's my last breath. That's when the letting go, the true letting go occurs. All of the rest of it is practice. Practice, practice for the real letting go. So humans don't really let go of everything. They hold on to this, that, or the other thing when you're not looking. They have it behind their back when you're not looking. So even those who say, I've let go of it all, have not. For it's impossible to live a human life and let go of it all. And this particular phrasing or putting together of words causes you great distress because you think you must do it perfectly. We will assure you, as you may ask any human you come across, have you let go of everything? No. Have you? No, 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 no. They're all going to say no. And this is where you sit, knowing it's okay. Is it okay not to let go? This is the real question. Is it okay if I don't let go? Because I can't. It's painful. I don't want to. It's stressing me out or I'm afraid to. Maybe that's all right. Maybe it's all right to say, I'm afraid to let go and move on to the next thing. There are many things happening in your life without the focus on the thing that is impossible for humans to do, to let go entirely till it's your last breath. Now, you did not think we were going to say that. You thought we were going to tell you, oh yes, it's important to let go. If you can, that's great. Try to jump out of the plane. The reason that scenario worked earlier on this energetic exchange is the other human knows how to fly with devices. You see, if you jump out of the plane without a device, it's not going to end happy. But if you jump out of the plane with a device that causes you to float, All of a sudden it's a little easier to trust then, isn't it? Because you're not free floating. Your body's not going to crash into the rocks below. That's why that scenario worked. So it's important for you to understand, if you don't have a flying device, you're probably not going to be successful when you jump out of the airplane. You probably will crash on the ground and break yourself into little pieces. So what exactly is it we're saying? We're saying, chill out. You're human, they're all humans. All of the humans you know are holding on to something, or many, many things. Now, if the holding on causes you grief, that's something different. That's a different story. If letting go is causing you pain, then you will decide, will I hold on and cause myself pain, or will I let go, which also might cause you pain? You see, that's the dilemma. That's the human dilemma. Should I hold on or let go? And if they're both painful, what do you do? Then you're frozen. Then you can't decide. Can't do one and I can't do the other. So what should I do? Here's what you should do. Show up each moment and do whatever you can in front of you. Show up and see, well, at this moment, this is in front of me. I think I will live fully in this moment, in this way. Whatever's there in front of you. If it's a butterfly, look at it. Follow it around. And when it disappears, then what else do you see? Oh, there's some shoes. Those are lovely shoes, wonderful shoes. I'm going to look at them for a while. Then they're gone. And what's the next thing? Oh, the moon is out. I'm going to look at the moon. All right, that's fine. The moon goes down. Now I'm going to go to sleep. Oh, I love my pillow. It's lovely. I'm going to sleep in this. And on and on and on you go. You see? So it's not focusing on one impossible task. It's living the moment, whatever is in front of you, whatever is there for you to behold. There are many things to behold in your world. We're not going to name them all. Every single thing is to behold. So as it turns out, you're absolutely fine the way you are, just as all of the others are. You're all just doing the best you can, having a human experience. There's nothing bad, there's nothing wrong and nothing right. You're just doing the best you can. So all we can say is enjoy the moment you find yourself in, because sooner or later you will let go. You will let go with your last breath. So don't worry about it. Sooner or later you will. But at this moment, what is there to behold? That's for you to decide. We gave you a surprise answer. What do you think of this?
I'm not surprised. Yeah, I agree. The last thing we ever do is let go. I agree.
Yes, but there are many humans who believe that the spiritual path is in letting go. But the spiritual path is being who you are. It's being one. It's being real. It's being whatever you are at the moment. Now, not all will agree with that, and that's absolutely fine. But we are speaking the truth at this moment. Being spiritual is wherever you find yourself this moment. And do you know why? Because that's all you've got, so it has to be good enough. Where you are now has to be good enough, because it's all you've got. How do you like that?
I like that.
That was very wise.
I'm good. That's good.
Let us do namaste together.
Namaste.
Are we complete?
Yes.
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 May we have a ringing of the bells together, done as a family.
Need to unmute.